સેટું નો ભાઈ ઈ વાત એ જે છે ને ઈ બગાડે. Very good morning, students. So let's start the topic, the drying red curve. So so last time what we finished, what we understand during the lecture, we have to generate a drying red curve. To generate a drying red curve, we have to draw or to find out a drying red curve. We required two graphs. Ultimately, the theory are saying that we have to draw the two graphs. One graph is regarding the moisture versus time, and another graph will be the drying rate versus moisture. And these two graphs will help us to calculate the time required and the amount of moisture content with respect to time. So to draw this graph, what we have to do, we have to do first the experiment. Once using the experiment, we have to generate, we have to measure the moisture content versus with respect to time. So for that, to doing experiments, we have one setup. The setup is a batch drying. So so what we have one closed container. In closed container, we have a continuously input of the gas, then continuously output of that hot gas, and we have one pen, and in that pen we have to put down the wet solid, and the pen is the hang that will join by one weight balance. So what we'll have to do, we have to first put down the weight of the pen, then we take a 0 weight balance, then we put down the weight of a solid, we have to put down the solid, and we have to see the weight, initial weight. Now we have to pass down the hot gas in, and then a hot gas will be the out. So now what we have to do, first we have to introduce the gas, we have to shut down here, and there is not a continuously gas in and out, but first we have to close the valve of hot gas out, this one, and then we have to continuously, then we have to add certain amount of gas here, then we have to stop the hot gas in valve. Now what will happen, the drying will take place. So moisture will be transferred from the solid toward the hot air, hot gas, and still the equilibrium achieved. We have to the mass transfer will occur, and how will know whether the mass transfer will occur or not? At that time where weight balance are decreasing the weight of the solid. Why decreasing the weight of solid? Once the mass transfer will occur, it means the moisture content is decreases. Once the moisture content is decreases, they are decreasing the weight of the solid. So at one point will happen, there is no decrement of the weight. At that time the mass transfer will stop, so equilibrium exists. Now what we have to do, again we have to take out the hot gas, and if you want to do, then we have to check how much drying takes place, then we have to see how much moisture content. If still he still able to decrease the moisture content, then again we have to take a hot gas in, we have to take for some time, we have to see whether the moisture is decreasing or not. And if it's not decreasing, it means that now we are not able to decrease the moisture content, it's a fix. Now still now further no moisture decrement, then again we have to take a gas out. So by this way we have to do the experiment. So we have one equation. So now all these experiments are depend upon the things like n will be the rate of drying. Here n represent the rate of drying rate n. It's a one type of flux. It's a flux. N will be the flux. You see the kg of change of kg of moisture per area per time. Kg of moisture per area per time. I think last time one students write down in chat box. What do you mean by N? N is a one type of flux. It's a rate of drying per area. So N will be the rate of drying, or in terms of this as a flux kg per area per time. So we also can say that it's a rate of drying also. See, kg of moisture with respect to meter square, it's a rate per time. Now we have to draw a graph. Drawing a graph, it will tell the information regarding how much decreasing of moisture. So let me draw a graph and then we understand the whole experiment. We see the understand the mechanism of whole experiment. So now I will draw a graph. The graph is in between the moisture content X X versus time t. When moisture X versus time t. Now initially once we have a solid is weight, we have a some moisture content, we have to say initial moisture content xi. Now at time t is equal to 0, we have wet solid and wet solid having a moisture content xi. Now as the time increases, experiment is start, and once the experiment is start, moisture is decreasing. But initially when we have to have wet solid, initially we pass out the hot gas. At that time heat transfer will be the major area. Why? Because they have to first do the heat equilibrium. So what heat equilibrium, it means first the solid wants to try the temperature of surroundings. So hot gas having the higher temperature, solid having the lower temperature. So what will happen? The solid wants to try the attain a temperature of surrounding hot gas. At that time, there is an initial period we have to say. The initial period are starting 5 to nearly 10 minutes within the time. We get a slightly somewhat change in the moisture content, and that is the one point we called as a D point. Here the point number D. Yet initially at certain time. Now what will happen? Now the solid will attain a temperature, and now the mass transfer will take place. So that the mass will transfer from the solid toward the hot gas, where first the moisture will decreases from the surface of a solid. It's not from the inside into the solid, from surface of a solid. So it means a constant rate of drying occur from the solid surface. So the initially the we have a graph. Initially we have a constant moisture content decreases with time. It means a linear moisture content decreases with time. So here whatever we have to say here, it's a some moisture content, we say xc. And here dx by dt, will be the inherently a negative term, because once time is increases, x value decreases. So dx by dt will be negative. So now if I write down here first xid, xid is the it's a warm up, like solids are warm ups. And it represent the heating of solid, accompanied by release of moisture. Okay? Now the represent DE represent here is a point E. DE represent the moisture falls linearly with time. And this is called a constant rate period. This is called a constant rate period. Now done. Now there are two sections available. One section, and this is the linear. Now once all the moisture from the surface of the solid is released, now the moisture is removed from inside into the solid, like inside of the, like there are pores are available inside into the solids. So now this moisture will remove from it. But now once the moisture is removed from inside into the pores, now there is not a linearity comes, because now moisture has to pass through the capillaries, and then they have to flow from a surface, and then the hot gas they are converted, then they are transferred into the hot gas. So now the two region will be there. One region will be the EF, and another region will be the FG. There are two regions where the moisture is removing, and that removal of the moisture is a non-linear terms. It's a non-linear, and then after the now the solid is unable to decrease the moisture content. So here up to EF we had called as a XC dash, critical moisture at dash, and G will called as a X star. So X star means now after that moisture is not able to remove. So it's X star. So this one period, this period we called as a constant rate of drying, constant rate period. Now these two, E to F and F to Z, we represent as a falling rate period. It's a falling rate period. So this is the graph of how the moisture is decreasing with respect to time, and different. So once we, so this is the first falling rate period, first falling rate period, and this is the second falling rate period. Now, what the graph suggested, whenever we are doing the batch experiment, at that time the moisture is decreasing with respect to time. It follow the curve. It follow the same curve. This is the surface of the moisture removing, and E to G is the uh, 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 capillary or inside into the surface moisture is removing. So E to G we have one point. E to G we consider the falling rate period, and D to E will consider a constant rate period. So there are two periods only. One will be the constant rate period, and another will be the falling rate period. So this graph is they follow the same trend. So what is they follow the two rate period. It's not necessary that each and every solid will follow the same type of curve, but it's depend upon the solid. But the nature of the graph remains same, but the time required for example, sometimes with less time we will achieve x dash and xc. Sometimes it takes higher time to achieve x dash and xc, but the trend will be the same, but the moisture content and time is different from different soil, different for different type of solid. So now we have say E to G having a two period. One will be the E to F, and another will be the F to G. Both represent the moisture fall non-linear with time, and it's called a falling rate period. It is called a falling rate period. Now we have a different value of x with different value of t. We have a different value of x with different value of t. We have a area, it's a constant. We have a mass of solid with different. So once we have a mass of solid, once we have a area, once we have a x, once we have a t, so we can calculate the with different time, we can calculate the rate of drying. So for example, okay, this moisture content, we know the time, we know the area, we know the weight of the solid. So now once we put down all values, so we different moisture content, we have different rate of drying. So now we have a another graph which can plot rate of drying versus the moisture content. But before moving it, raise hand by the 28 number. So I now I open the chat box. First you write down your question in chat box, and then you are allowed to unmute yourself. But first you write down your question in chat box. You are now you can write down uh, your question in chat box. Rule number 28, you can write down your question in chat box. You are allowed to write down in chat box. Sir, what is the value of dx by dt in falling rate period? It's a different from point to point. It's a non-linear. It's a non-linear. You are not getting one. So for that, what you have to do? You have to measure the slope from point to point. For example, we require the for example, we require this one. So we have to calculate the two value of x. We have to calculate two value of t, and then from point to point we can take dx divided by dt. So what I suggest as a faculty, you have to take the 3 to 4. You have to take the 3 to 4, and then you have to measure the slope. And once you have a different slope, what you have to take? You have to take the average of slope, and then you have to take the dx by dt. But what you have to take a different point? You have to measure dx by dt, and using the different slope value, we can know the how much the value of slope will be the e to f and f to g. It will be different with respect to different time, because it's a non-linear in nature. Now it's not much negative. It's negative, but the negativity is not like the constant rate period. Yes, it's a negative because you see the time increases, x is decreases. So it's obviously a negative ones, but the negativity is not much same as the constant rate period. And yeah, it is fixed that it's a negative, but the negativity is less than the constant rate period. Okay, 28 number. Hello, 28 number. Uh, 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 is, is convincing my answer? You understand it, or I should repeat one more time? The specific answer for your question, yes, it's a negative. It's a negative one, because once you see the 28 number here, the negative terms will be there. Dx by dt negative, so that the rate of drying will be the positive terms. Dx by dt will be the negative, so that the negative will be the plus, and your rate of drying will be the positive term. So it's 100% your slope, falling rate period slope also be negative terms. So now we can calculate the different moisture content. We have different rate of drying. For example, see what is the moisture content at this time? What will the moisture content at this time? So we have a different value of moisture. We have a different value of rate of drying in. Done. So we have a mass of solid. We know at during the moisture content area will be fixed. Time we know, delta x we know using the graph. So I have another plot. That another plot will be the rate of drying, or flux versus the moisture content. So let me draw a graph. So the graph is between the rate of drying N versus moisture content X. Then, so initially we have a moisture content Xi. Initially we have a moisture content Xi, and then initially the period will be the rate of drying will be the higher. At first rate of drying will be the higher. So the point Xi, here we say the first will be the rate of drying curve for Xi into D, then D into the E, then E into the F, then F into the Z. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 sections for the falling rate period. Let me draw the 4 section for the this curve, the first sections will be the initially they try to achieve the rate of drying. So this is the period for we have said P, we have to say Q. Then the constant rate period will be the occur. Then falling rate period will be the occur. Falling rate period, we have two sections. Then again this one. So P, Q, R, S, and T. We have a point XC, XC dash, X star, and here Xi. So it is the follow the same way as the curve above one. There are two periods where here will be the constant rate period, and here these two will be the falling rate period. So this is the different value of n. We can calculate the different value of x. Now next what we have to do, we have to generate an equation. Generate the equations for the constant rate period. We have to generate the equation for the falling rate period, and then we can calculate the amount of dry. We can calculate the amount of dry. So next terms will be the constant rate period. Next term will be the derivation of equation for the constant rate period and derivations for the falling rate period. So today we'll not derive the both equation, but we'll derive the only one equation for constant rate period. But before that, let me check any questions are regarding the GATE example will be available for note for these sections. So whatever we derived for the two graphs, let me check whether any questions available or not. Okay, we have one question. Let me share this MCQ. This MCQ is asked during the GATE exam during the 2019. It's a 2019. This question is asked. Are you unable to see the question in your screen? Are you unable to see the question in your screen? Kindly say yes or no. One. Okay, Mustafa. Very good. Thank you very much. The question what is saying, in a drying of non-dissolved solid at constant drying condition, the internal movement of moisture in solid. It means that now internal movement. It means that inside into the solid has a dominant effect on drying rate curve. Drying rate curve for initial adjustment period, constant rate period, falling rate period, or both initial adjustment and constant rate period. It means that whenever the moisture content inside into the solid, internal into the solid, at that time which drying rate curve will be there. So whenever they are set inside into the falling, at that time which rate period will be there. Can anyone will guess the answer? It is the ABC. Which one? The moisture of movement inside into the solid. Please keep this in your mind. Moisture content inside into the solid, not over the solid. It's inside into the capillary action, diffusion. It may be takes place at that time. Very good. 10 number. Okay, very good. D2D 6 number Vicky. Very good. Bhaumik D2D. Very much. Very good. Kusal. 13 number. Very good. Kisan. Very good. Manas. Very good. Okay. All answers are correct. Jai. Very good. Jai Ginoya. Very good. Jai Mehta. Very good. All answers are correct. You are absolutely right. Answer is the C, falling rate period. You saw constant rate period is regarding the whenever the moisture are above, like they are on a surface of the solid. Whenever moisture is there, at that time, but whenever inside into the solid, moisture is removed using the falling rate period. So correct answer is the C is the correct answer. Correct answer is the C is the correct answer. So now we have to derive the equation for constant rate period. Just we'll do up to this, and then we stop this lecture. Let me see. Okay, so let's derive the equation. Okay, so we have one equation. The equation will be the for constant rate period. Just students, just 1 to 2 minutes, then we stop this lecture. The for the constant rate period, let me do this in another whiteboard so that this is the different topic. So for constant rate period, okay. So we have a equation, rate of drying N is equal to minus weight of solid divided by area multiply by change in moisture content with respect to time. What we have to ultimate goal is to find out the time for A multiply by dx divided by n, dx divided by n. Now this is the for constant rate period, so we say it's a NC. So now we have a different time, we have a different moisture content is equal to dt. Here we say it's a dx, it's a minus ws divided by a. Now for constant rate period it's a n. We have constant rate period, it's a n. So we have a limit from x1 to from x2 to x1. From x2 to x1. Sorry, here it's from x1 to here it's a row. Just 1 minute. We have a limit. So from 0 time to sorry, it's a let's write down limit from 0 time to t time. We have a x2 to x1. Now I have to remove this sign, minus sign. So T is equal to Ws divided by A. We have to say for constant rate period, we have to say X NC. And if I do the integration, then X1 minus X2 moisture content. So this is the time required to calculate the constant rate period. So we'll use this equation in next lecture to calculate many examples regarding the calculation of temperature or weight of solid or area or rate of drying or moisture content. We'll use this equation for constant rate period and calculate the example. So n will be constant for constant rate period. That's why it's out of the uh, integration. And moisture content change with respect to time. Now what we have to do, you have to write down your enrollment number and you can leave the class. Once you write down your enrollment number one time, please do not write down repeated writing enrollment number. It creates problem to me. So you have to write down only one time and you don't have to repeat your enrollment number in chat box. Any doubt up to this, you can write down in chat box and I will try to give you your answers. Otherwise, if you don't have any questions, then you can leave the meeting. Next time we'll calculate the example based on constant rate period. How's Please write down your enrollment number and then you can leave the class. Please quickly leave the class.